my name is Sheila, and today we'll read Lizzie Zipmouth's story. And we can start for at chapter 7, and then are reading the story because it ends at chapter 8, and today we'll end reading at chapter 8, okay? And now, are you ready for this one book with a lot of stories? Now here we go. And first we can read Lizzie Zipmouth, chapter 7. She stayed at the hospital most of Saturday. Mom took Rowie and Jake and me to football. It was a great game and our team scored. Rowie and Jake jumped up and down and yelled, and then remembered and dropped it back in the seats, looking guilty. It's okay, boys, said Mom, putting her arms around them. We can't be sad. Poor Great Gran and happy about football too. Great Gran wouldn't want you to stop enjoying the match. I look at Mom. I knew Great Gran much better than she did. Great Gran liked football and was upset. Great Gran thought she was much more important than any football team in the world. She wanted Rowie and Jake and me to be sitting quietly in our best clothes at home worrying about her. I was worried. I want to see Great Gran, I said. I'm not sure they let young children into the hospital, said Mom. Rowie and Jake breathed sighs of the relief. I called and Sam when he came home that evening. He was very tired and his eyes were red. He might have been crying. I'll make you a cup of tea, Sam, I said. Sam looked very surprised. It's okay, I can make lovely tea. Great Gran showed me how, and I hold the kettle over so carefully so I don't scare myself. You're a very clever girl, Lizzie, said Sam. Okay, then I love a cup of tea. I made it carefully all by myself. Mom hovered, but I wouldn't let her help. I carried a cup of tea in a slam. Without spilling, I dropped. This is a delicious tea, said Sam, spilling. Thank you so much, Lizzie. How's Great Gran? I said. Not very well, said Sam sadly. Is she going to get better? I hope so. Can she walk and talk yet? She's going to have to learn all over again like a baby. You're trying to teach her already, but she won't do as she told. I nodded. I couldn't imagine Great Gran letting anyone tell her what to do. Can I see you, Sam, tomorrow? I think you might find it a bit upsetting, Pet, said Sam. I know. Yeah, and I know I find upsetting, said Rowie. Please, can I see your Sam? I begged. Lizzie, it's probably not a good idea, said Mom. Please, Sam, I caught you asleep. Okay then, Lizzie, and what do you really want? I hugged him, and he sent a cup of tea flying. He went over to theirs, but he still didn't shout. He hugged me back. Sam took me to a hospital to see Great Gran on Sunday afternoon. I held up a hand tightly I held his hand tightly when we got to the ward. I wasn't the way I thought it to be. I wanted to be very white and neat and tidy with the nurses in blue dresses and little frilly caps. It was a big, strange, but messy place with people slumped in beds or hunches in wheelchairs. The old man was crying. I nearly cried too. Are you sure you're okay, Lizzie? Sam whispered, bending down me. We can go straight back home home if you want. I did. I want to go home, but I also wanted to see Great Grand. Toba was very worried. She looked sad and scary now. I want to see her, I said in a teeny tiny voice. Okay, she's over here, said Sam. Uh, Sam and he led me to Great's bed, and Sam's hand is down. He feels scared too. I think Great Grand is very, very sick, so Great Grand can't talk or walk, so like a baby. And some people are teaching how to make her talk and walk again. Now Lizzie is at her house again. Great Grand was lying curly on the pillow with her hair sticking up and her eyes shut. Are you asleep, Gran? Said Sam beyond over. Oh, I think Great Gran is sleeping. Oh, not sleeping. Her eyes is open now. Great Grand's eyes snapped open. It might be bright blue, but they aren't gleaming. How are you today, Gran? Said Sam. Great Gran made a crusty, naughty noise. It's absurd. She tried a pretty stupid question. I bribed someone to see you, said Sam. I've given me a gentle talk forward. Look, it was little Lizzie. Great Gran looked, and her eyes cloud and water speed out. She made cross, naughty sounds. Her nose getting runny. She tried to move her arm, wouldn't work properly. She wailed and gurgle. What is it, Gran? Sam said helplessly. She wants a handkerchief, I said. I found a Great Grand's handbag and I got handkerchief out. Here we are. Oh, wipe your eyes first, and then your nose, and then your comb. Where do your hair? It's okay. I'm good at doing hair. I do Alice, don't I? I'm mop it and wipe and comb. There! Great Grand still looked bored. Her hair is on one side. Oh, do you want to sit up straight? Great Grand nodded. And Sam helped me pull her up and tidy her pillow. Grand leapt back and straightened her bed, seemed much more herself. She looked at me, she opened her mouth, and she went gurgle when it sighed whisper. Try again, Sam. Try again, Gran, said Sam. And Great Grand went gurgle and then wailed it. Never mind, don't upset for yourself. Great Grand couldn't stop being upset. She went gurgle. Don't worry, we'll get her talking soon, said Sam, tears sliding out on the cheek. We're getting you talking now, I said, taking Great Grand to another hand. Of course you can talk if you really want to. Open your mouth. Great Grand opened her mouth. Sam fell out up too. Here is your tongue, I said, and your teeth. So use them, please, Great Grand. Now, cheeky little nothing, Great Grand, the most normal voice. Oh, Lizzie, make Great Grand talk again. She sounds cross, but she holds on my hands if she never let it go. Now, chapter 8. Oh, there's There's a lot more stories. Okay, now let's read this chapter 8 again. Great Grand didn't die. She did get completely better. She sprayed in the 3 months, learning how to walk again. She had to use a stick, very, very slowly, and a bad limp. One arm couldn't work properly anymore, so for a little while, she had to have her foot cut off. I think Great Granny to cut her hand. What? Food cut off. Didn't eat a food, I think. I did it for her very neatly. I did her hair too and helped her with her stroking and did her shoes off for a little tiny bows. Great Grand didn't need and farther help for talking dog. For the few days in the hospital, she got a word jumble and didn't always make sense, but time was getting to come home and she talked perfectly. She talked too much, telling the doctors and nurses what to do. They didn't always like it. Great Grand didn't care. Sometimes she got very cross indeed and told them what she thought of them. Under control, the nurse said to the Sam. Sam rolled his eyes in a funny way to show it was completely impossible. He tried to asking Great Grand not be rude. Great Grand was maiden indeed of Sam, and I couldn't help getting the giggles. I think you should try to be Great Grand in Zipmouth, I said. Sam and Mom and Rowie and Jake and the nurses all gasped. But Great Grand didn't get cross with me. You're a spooky girl, little Lizzie, she said. You take after me. And she forgot she's not a very Great Grand, but she's definitely part of my family. She still tells me up sometimes, but now she's back in her flat. I don't really mind. It's because she gets tired out now with her legs. Doesn't work properly. She doesn't like walking very slow with a limp, but she can go very fast when she's outside because she now has an electricity scooter to get her and shops back. And Rowie and Jake think Great Grand scooter is seriously cool. And then keep beginning the Great Grand to let them drive it, but doesn't work up here yet. And guess what? When Sam gets me around to Great Grand's after school, Great Grand and I sometimes go to secret trips down in Antcool Canter to see if there are any more dolls Great Grand wants to buy. Sometimes I skip along beside Great Grand. Sometimes I get to sit right next to her lamp and drive too. We buy a beautiful big china doll in another day. She got a pink dresses and white pinafore with a tiny pink emerald noises on it. And she gave a tea party with Alice and Sophie and Charity and Edward and Clementine when we got her home. But she's not going to live in a trunk with them, said Great Grand. We will have to get your dad to build our special shelf. My dad? Then I realized means Sam. He is good making shelves, I said. And he's made a special little shirts from many times Mom's CDs. Oh, I think this great gran is walking and talking again with Lizzie. And great gran is very healthy now. But great gran didn't walk properly, but she is very healthy again. Great gran snorted. Isn't all that on my mom. My mom still wasn't that keen on great gran. Come to do that doesn't matter. I can like them both, and Rowie and Jake. And even Sam sometimes. They all like me too, explicitly great gran. And we're going to call a new doll Great Gran. I've been a good name for her, Rosebud. No, I've chosen her name already. I'm naming her after someone very special, said Great Gran. Who? You sound like an owl. Don't shout, dear. First you have a creep around when we get cricked out of you. And now you start shouting at the top of your voice. Climb down. I'm going to call the doll Isabel. Isabel, I said. Hey, that is my name, even though everyone calls me Lizzie. Well, I never, said Great Gran, and her blue eyes gleamed. I gave her a big grin in my mouth, totally unzipped. Now, the end of reading this Lizzie Zipmouth story, and I think this great gran, another China doll's name is Isabel, and Isabel's name is Lizzie's name. And now, did you have fun? Heroes English Country come back with another book and another story, because they're not reading this book now. Bye to this book. Now, please thumbs up my YouTube every time if you like to. And now, bye everybody, and you'll be very excited to have a new book and new story. Okay, now bye everybody. Have a nice day. Bye.